Muchachos y muchachas, Ghislaine Maxwell trial day 9. Yesterday we left off with a very shortened trial due to a juror becoming late and delaying the trial about 45 minutes. So it almost seemed like they were whizzing through the witnesses yesterday. Today it was also shortened, and that's a bit strange, but nonetheless, one of the attorneys became ill throughout the trial, so Judge Allison Nathan presided an adjourning of the trial for the day. Now, this does seem a little bit weird to me that it's so consecutive, but anyway, there was another detail that was unveiled overnight due to the photos being released yesterday, and it's going to be very interesting what I'm going to go over. So stay right there. We're going to go through it.
In a recent study, women say there's an 8-year gap between how they look and how they feel. In the same study, 66% of women said their quality of life would improve if they looked younger. Our satisfaction sometimes with life is directly tied with our appearance and age. This is why I highly recommend Brighten with Natly. This product helps with reducing the appearance of dark spots and age spots. It's the most effective anti-aging solution I've ever used. If you want to help reduce the appearance of your aging spots, you will love Brighten with Natly. Get up to 50% off for the next 24 hours by going to brightwithnatly.com or clicking the link below.
All right, as I mentioned, 2 shortened days, yesterday and then now today due to an ill attorney. So we didn't get very far today, but there was a detail that I mentioned at the intro that became very, very interesting, and that was of the log cabin photo that Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were photographed at. Yesterday, there were a slew of photos that were released, just kind of depicting what their alleged relationship was, and it just seemed very smoochy, very romantic. So despite what Ghislaine Maxwell might deny, it just seemed to be, just very straightforward as far as we could see. But this one photo, the log cabin, let's get to it. So the log cabin photo, there was a photo of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell pictured lounging in Queen Elizabeth's estate. Yep. So as you guys know, Jeffrey Epstein is known to be friends and pals of Prince Andrew, and it seemed to be Prince Andrew was denying all of the allegations and even knowing, Epstein that in depth, despite there being photographic evidence and whatnot. But it seems to be also there was more of a relationship there. There was another photo of Ghislaine Maxwell and Kevin Spacey, what seemed to be not lounging, but they kind of seem to be playing around at the Royal Palace at Buckingham, and so that's a prior photo. But this one in particular shows Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell at Queen Elizabeth's log cabin. A stunning new photo coming from the New York Post. A stunning new photo shows pedophile Jeffrey Epstein lounging with alleged Madame Ghislaine Maxwell in what appears to be Queen Elizabeth's II private Scottish getaway. The undated image, part of a trove of evidence recovered from Epstein's properties and presented this week at Maxwell's sex trafficking trial, is believed to be from 1999, when the pair were invited to Queen Balmoral estate by the disgraced son, Prince Andrew, the BBC said. It shows the casually dressed pair in slight smiles and younger days, with media heiress Maxwell leaning against her long-term lover and her right arm affectionately resting on his legs. The pair posed in what seems to appear as the exact spot where other images show Britain's 95-year-old monarch smiling and eating meals. In those images, the Queen rests a drink in the exact spot where Maxwell and Epstein left a small coffee cup in their snapshot. So here's the snapshot here. And as you guys can see, it's exactly how the New York Post depicts. They are resting on this porch, and she's resting on Jeffrey Epstein. That's Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, the controversial couple's clear ease in the photo, as well as their relaxed attire, with Epstein wearing a gray sweatshirt and Maxwell in an untucked plaid button-down, reflects how they appear to be accustomed to such royal treatment. Both well-known pals of Andrew and Queen's 61-year-old middle son. That's the Queen's 61-year-old middle son, who accused of having sex with one of the self-confessed Epstein sex slave, a scandal that led him to being booted from the royal duties. So this is the Queen's photo here. and she's having a meal. While dated, the photo appears to be taken in 1999 when Andrew was known to have hosted the pair and their entourage, which allegedly included a model in her 20s, the Sun reported. Earlier this year, Andrew again stayed with his mother's at his mother's retreat, where he was accused of hiding from the servers trying to serve him over accuser Virginia Roberts Giuffre's lawsuit. The image was one of many in the jury of Maxwell's ongoing Manhattan federal sex trafficking trial in a bid to show that she was partners in crime with Epstein, the convicted pedophile who had the fatality in October of 2019. Andrew's name has already come up in the Maxwell trial as one of the high-profile friends flown on Epstein's private jets, with others including former presidents Donald Trump and Bill Clinton. The prince has vehemently denied having sex with girls tied to Epstein's alleged sex ring and insisted he was clueless about the pal's deviant ways, despite staying with him at his Upper East Side mansion. Andrew declined to comment on the picture, The Sun said. Maxwell, the daughter of a disgraced late media baron, Robert Maxwell, is accused of recruiting young girls for Epstein to abuse. She has pleaded not guilty, and her trial in Manhattan federal court continues. All right. So then let's go to day 9. The first witness today was Tracy Chappell, a FedEx employee who testified about packages sent from Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan address to one of Ghislaine Maxwell's accusers in Palm Beach, Florida, in the early 2000s. The alleged victim, Carolyn, told the jury on Tuesday that Epstein sent her lingerie and other gifts, including Massage for Dummies books and tickets to see California's rock band Incubus. Carolyn, who was a teenager at the time, said that she had given Maxwell her address because Jeffrey Epstein wanted to send some items. Defense attorneys, however, got Chappell to acknowledge that one of the invoices shown in court listed Maxwell as the sender of the packages to Carolyn. All right, continued on. Let's go to the transcripts for the day. All right, coming from Inner City Press. New U.S. witness is Tracy Chappell of FedEx. Attorney USA says, "What is this?" Chappell says, "It's from Jeffrey Epstein's FedEx account." Attorney USA then says, "We want it sealed." Judge Nathan says, "Granted." Chappell says, "It's an invoice." Attorney USA says, "Under seal." Judge Nathan says, "Yes." The sealed invoices are from 2002. The redacted version on the screens are illegible. Now cross-examination. Maxwell's lawyer says, "Look at the sealed exhibit 806. Maxwell's lawyer says, "So this package was to Carolyn, but was not from Ghislaine Maxwell, correct?" Chappell says it's not. Maxwell's lawyer says there is no further other transaction in this invoice where Ghislaine Maxwell is sending a package to someone named Carolyn, correct? Now Maxwell's lawyer is putting forward an exhibit under temporary seal. Temporary until when? Inner City Press is putting together a letter. Watch for this feed. Maxwell's lawyer then says, "I have no further questions for this witness." Assistant U.S. Attorney says, "We need a session with Your Honor in the robing room." Judge Nathan says, "An extended sidebar," and Attorney USA says, "It would need to be in the robing room." Continued on. Judge Nathan then retakes the bench. No summary given of the robing room discussion was about. Judge Nathan says, "Please bring in the jury." And continued on. Judge Nathan then says, "There is an attorney in the case who is ill and needs treatment. It is not cocoa related, but we are going to break for the day." And that is it. That's it. That's what we get for the day. So, with that being said, like I said, very, very short. Usually I can get you guys at least a 20 to 30 minutes coverage, but it's been pretty short for the past few days. So we'll see what it brings tomorrow, if there is anything that is brought tomorrow. So with that being said, that is the coverage. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are about these sudden breaks in the trial and all that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think really is going on? Or is this, is there no suspicion and just truly coincidences happening consistently? Anyway, give me your comments, and thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your appreciation. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and tell somebody about this channel. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.